Welcome to the HungryHeath channel, where we are not classically trained chefs, but we're foodies and we love to cook. Heath has studied under several studied under several television chefs, degree in YouTube University, and a black belt in Google Fu. I'm the warden, if you're new here. So I'm his wonderful wife, and every Sunday I meal prep for us. He works Sunday through Thursday. I work Monday through Friday. So Sunday's just a really good day to meal prep everything. Typically on Saturdays, we're out running errands all day. So I like to meal prep on Sunday, basically get it done right before his lunch so he has a nice hot lunch that day. The rest of the week, we just reheat our lunches. And I thought I would show y'all what I've been doing the past couple weeks. So normally, if you've seen our other videos, I get the already made burgers from HEB. They're just plain beef patties. They're already formed for us. Those are great, right? It's real easy, simple. If you want something that's fast, easy, minimal prep, that's the way to do it, right? Well, the past few weeks, though, the ground beef has been so much cheaper than the already made patties, and we haven't been able to get the patties on sale. When we get them on sale, the difference is negotiable. But when they're not on sale and the ground beef being so cheap, we got to go with the ground beef, y'all. It's just a better way of doing it. So with that, so we're always going to be conscious about our budget. I've been getting the club pack, which is basically 3 to 4, sometimes close to 5 pounds of ground beef. We've been getting it for $2.97 a pound. And I divvy this out. So I basically figure 6 days worth. This week we're just doing 5 days worth because we're going to KetoCon. So comment down below if you're going to that too, because we definitely want to see you. And I've been making smashed burgers. So basically, I get these and form them into a ball, mash them on our Blackstone so they're nice and thin, and they are so delicious. I do find when you do it that way, the seasoning gets really pungent in that, and then plus, I love the crispy edges that the burgers get when you cook them on the Blackstone and they're smashed into there. So I'm going to definitely show you how we do that today. What you'll need is, of course, bacon. We always have bacon with our burgers. It's a mainstay, right? Like you have to have bacon if you're having a burger. And then he would say cheese as well, but I leave off the cheese. So get some bacon. This week we're using... we have the Kirkland's low sodium sugar-free bacon. It's the thin slice. Normally we like the thick slice, but we've been getting this thin slice, so we're just going to use it up. And then we also got on sale from Simple Truth, which is Kroger's brand, their uncured smoked bacon. So all of this is thin. The smoked bacon might be a little thicker. It doesn't look that much, but... it said on here, vegetarian diet. I was like, what? Bacon's vegetarian? I mean, I'm all for that, but it said vegetarian fed, pigs. But anyhow, I digress. So we're doing 3 packages because it's thin. To me, each of the thin slices, like 2 pieces of thin equals 1 of the thick, especially macro-wise. So we're just going to cook all of this. If we have extra bacon, guess what? We're just going to take it with us to KetoCon. So why not cook it all up? And we'll have lots of bacon, which I'm never going to complain about. And then I'll show you how I get the burgers ready. And the seasonings we're going to use for the burgers, I like to just use simply, it's salt, black pepper, and garlic. It's equal. We have these nice jars that someone gave us. And I went ahead, they even came with little stickers, so I put these stickers on here, because I mean, it's not like our seasoning, it's just basically salt, pepper, garlic. So I do equal parts. I put equal Redmond's real salt, of course, ground black pepper, and garlic powder. all three equal parts, you know, like a third of the jar each. Shake it up till it's well combined. And it's just kind of our everyday, everything seasoning. It's like our base, right? When I just want to get some basic spices in there and then go from there on deciding, because if you use this base, you could go with more of a Mexican or New Mex flair, or you could go Asian, or you could go Italian, or you could go Mediterranean. You know, any genre you could go with and use this as a base, because I feel like most everything needs salt, pepper, and garlic. And then from there, decide, oh, okay, what am I going to do? Because he told me originally, hey, make them Italian burgers, because I'm going to put pepperoni on them all week. And then he was like, well, never mind. I think I'm just going to stick with regular burgers. So I'm going to add to it, I just like the way that sounds, is the Flat Iron Pepper Company. So we're coming up with this recipe. Actually, we came out with the review. Y'all would have seen it last Wednesday. So head over there if you haven't. It's awesome. I love this stuff. So this is the roasted garlic, ghost, and toasted onion. Again, it's going to be a little garlic heavy. I'm fine with that. We really like garlic, but I find the ghost adds just enough of a heat to it without it being overwhelming, like, at all. It's not, this isn't even on like the Scoville, so it's not hot. It's mostly onion and garlic with a hint of the ghost to just kind of give the little tiny kick, like, just so it's not just plain garlic and onion, right? It just has a tiny bit of spice in it. We really like it. I like it because this one, it's nice chunks, like it's chunky. It's not going to be powder. That's what I like about this, is it has little chunks, so you kind of see it, and then you kind of get that burst of flavor when you bite into like a chunk of the garlic or the onion. So I'm going to top it with those two. We'll get these going, and I'll show you how I weigh it out and get them all ready for the grill. To get started on this meat, I'm going to open this package. Now, if you followed our channel for any length of time, you know, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. Let me know below who else is with me, because he thinks I'm weird for always just using my bare hands for everything where he has to glove up. And I'm just kind of like, that's what soap and water's for. But let me know. Maybe I am weird. But I just opened this up. And if y'all saw, I got my coffee here, this mug. This is actually from our Teespring. We designed it. This is their coffee mug. It's like insulated. It's aluminum or some kind of metal. And then the lid's a screw-on lid. I really like the screw-on lids. They seem to hold up a little better after washing them. Sometimes the ones where you push the lid, after you've washed them a few times, the lid doesn't want to stay down. But anyhow, this is from that. If you do follow our link down below for these, we do get a small, like $1 or $2 for each one, if you're interested in doing that. If not, that's fine. Hey, you're here watching. That's what matters. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe. That really helps our channel. We definitely want to do that. Get those subscribers up, y'all. That really helps. And then viewing our videos, of course, helps. The more watch time we get really helps us. So if you notice here, I've got my scale and I've got a plate. And I'm just sprinkling this on top just to kind of get the little seasoning in there just a little bit more. But I'll definitely be using more of this once we go outside. Now, you can do this a little bit ahead of time because, you know, ground beef, it's okay if it sits out for a little while. Ground pork and chicken, I always try to keep refrigerated till I'm ready to cook it. But beef, I'm a little lax in that. But I've got my scale and I've got my plate. And what I'm going to do, I like to do a 1/3 pound. The patties that we get at HEB are 1/3 pound patties, which is 6 ounces. And so I just like to weigh out. So let's kind of grab a handful and then do like a ball here. And let's just see. That's 5.5. I was close. let's see, we put this 5.9. That's 6.1. Okay, 5.9. That's good for me. I'm going to do about 6 ounces for me, probably 5.5 to 6 ounces for me. And then I'm going to do 8 ounces for Heath. We're going to KetoCon, or actually, by the time this video comes out, we would have just got back from KetoCon. So we're only making, now it's 6.1. We're only making enough for 5 days instead of 6, because we'll be in Austin by Thursday night. So we don't need for Fridays. There we go. And so I'll just keep measuring these up and getting them for me. So I'm going to do 5 patties for myself at about 5.5 to 6 ounces. And then I just reset it each time so I can just see. Yeah, that one's 5.2. So let's do one more. But I just like get them in a ball. That's what you really want to do. You don't want to over mix these because that will make your meat a little tough. Okay, that one's 5.6. And you want the ball because once you place it down, you will need either some type of, either a heavy skillet or I do have a press, a cast iron press. You'll need one of those so that that's how that one's exactly 5.5. That's how you're going to get the smashed into it, right? That's how you're going to smash them. So I have a really thick, long skillet, and then I'll either use a cast iron skillet or I'll use my press. I can tell this one's already too big. You kind of, after you do them for a while, you kind of get an idea roughly of what they look like. All right, that one was 4.5 ounces, so let's see. At 5.6. All right, and one more patty for me, and then the rest will be Heath. And he'll be excited. Tell me what you like to meal prep. What's your favorite lunch meal? We're very fortunate that we get to work from home, so it's easy for us to reheat our food. But I do know when I used to have to work at the office, you know, some things you were like, oh, well, I don't want to bring fish to the office. And people always had like an issue if you brought fish. Do a little more on that one. And then what was the other thing I always avoided bringing? Of course, anything that would end up being tough if you reheated it, because we just had microwaves there. That's good. And then let's see what else. Of course, nobody likes you to bring popcorn because we don't have to worry about that anymore, right? And then you had to watch the container that you used to make sure that it was, you know, microwave compliant. So you really need something microwave. Of course, nowadays, you know, he uses even though he works from home, he still uses that Hot Tropic bag that he reheats everything in. So that would have been great when I was working at the office, because I could have just brought that in and just used that for, you know, every day. Let me make sure I'm going to have enough, because I know this package is only 3.5 pounds. So let's see, I need 5 burgers for Heath. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. That one's going to be a little small. Okay, let's see. All right. Might have to make my burgers 5-ounce burgers. So that's 6.2. Which would be good for him. Okay. And that's a 6.5. That's good. And then I always clean my countertop afterwards. So if anybody's kind of like grossed out by like me doing this right on the countertop and all, I always clean it all up as soon as I'm done. I have like one of those heavy duty cleaners for it so that maybe I clean it too much, who knows. Okay, let's see what this one is. Ooh, that's a 5.7. So yeah, we might have to grab, because I think this is going to be the tiniest one. Ooh, yeah, that's just 5 ounces. Let's see what this is. Okay, that one's 6. That's good. So let's see. Put his. Okay, I washed my hands. And I went and had to reconfigure things. So I made mine. I should have done the math first, y'all. This is why you should do math first. Because normally we get like a 4.5 pound package. But I saw this time he found one that was 3.5 pounds. So I had to do 5 ounce burgers for me. And about 6 to 6.5 ounces on him. This is an 80-20. So they will shrink up quite a bit once they start cooking because of that amount of fat. Now what I do, I'm having his in the plate so I know whose is whose, and then mine on the original package it came in, just so that I keep them separated and remember whose is whose. I mean, I should be able to figure out with the size, but just in case, you never know. Things happen. You get busy, you get sidetracked, and you're like, ooh, which was which? And I don't want to have to go through weighing them all again. So I just go ahead and sprinkle the tops liberally with the salt, pepper, garlic. And then when I go on the Blackstone, what I'll do is when I take them off the whatever plate or whatever we're using, I'll flip it that way. And then that way it's seasoned side down. Now I'm going to sprinkle with a little bit of this, but I don't want to waste too much of it. It does better on the Blackstone. Just a little. So I just put the bacon down on the Blackstone. Now since it's thin cut, it requires a little more watching to make sure it's okay. And as soon as that bacon is done, I'll pull that off and then I'll get these started. Okay, we're on the Blackstone. That's a lot of bacon, y'all. I had to really squeeze that bacon in here. So, it isn't exactly 3 pounds, because I know the Kroger package was, the Simply Truth was just a 12-ounce package. But it's at least 2 pounds, probably 2.5, almost 3 pounds altogether. But, that'll be plenty of bacon for us. Alright, just gotta get that. Look. I just love when she's like scratching her back. Isn't that so cute? Anyhow, back to the food. What I'm going ahead and doing, since the bacon's almost done, because again, I don't cook it to crispy, because we're going to be reheating most of it. So I've got my container. I'm going to put all the bacon in, especially since we have so much of it. And then I have also a container for our burgers. Go ahead and have the seasoning out. Make sure you have some heat gloves, because you're going to need it for the smashing part. And then here's our smashing cast iron. I don't know where we got that. But anyhow, I covered it in aluminum just because it does have grates on the bottom. And it will get really dirty if you use it. So I just need the weight. So you could use a heavy cast iron skillet as well. That would work, but I just use that covered aluminum foil. Just makes it easier for cleanup. And then here's the spatula. See how big the spatula is? That's a so you can almost see me in there. Hi. So So you're going to need a nice, big, wide spatula, too. It just makes it easier. So I'm going to get this bacon off. I'll show you the burgers. It's getting hot out here. Always an important reminder, make sure you get your electrolytes and water if you're cooking outside in the heat, because it'll get really hot fast. So I'm going to start with Heath's. Again, I'm taking the seasoned side, flipping it down, and I like to give a good space between these. The dogs are very interested in what I'm doing, y'all. Okay. Get good space there, because when you smash them out, it's going to take up a lot more room. Okay, and I just put our bacon that we're going to eat today off to the side. What I like to do is I go ahead and turn off this first one. Let me move that a little over there. I turn off the first burner, and it just keeps all of that warm without overcooking it, right? And now I'm going to start on ours, or on mine rather. And I'm just doing the spice side down. I'm trying to look for a good spot here. Oh, I guess that's going to be, I don't want it close to the end, because then I'll space it out a little better. There we go. Alright. That's the trash. Now I let them go for a minute or two, just to start getting that crust forming. And then you want to go ahead and make sure you get your spatula ready. Now there was so much fat on here. In fact, I could already tell my grease container is full. Heads up, Edited Heath. So I do sweep off a lot of the bacon fat, because this is also going to generate a lot of fat because it's 80-20. Okay. And then, actually, before, do this, because I did the spice side down. I'm going to go ahead, start seasoning these again on this side. Ooh, yeah. It's so good. I think garlic smells so good. Okay. It is hot out, y'all. And of course you gotta fight with the wildlife while you're out here, right? Okay. Trying to get these mostly on, and once I smash it, I know it'll get some more of it that fell beside it. So, what have I got going here? There, I've got my weighted press, and then you again can use a cast iron skillet. I've done that plenty of times. I'm gonna put your spatula kind of in the middle of the spatula there, and then you just start pushing, and I push really hard into there, and then you just kind of loosen that up. Nice flat round. I mean, it looks really big, but it's gonna shrink up, y'all, so it's okay. And then just repeat the process. This is how you know you need to like work out those muscles in your arm so that you can flatten these better. And I always start with the hottest part of my grill. And I know that's, you know, right here in the center part. And let me see something. I don't think this is on. So y'all, our gas ran out. I lugged another full one, hooked it all up, but I still couldn't get it to relight. So you gotta adjust with the times, right? So I moved inside. I'm doing them in my cast iron skillet, and I'm basically doing one at a time, putting it in a dish for storage for the week, and just getting them done like that. I mean, that's when you're in the middle of cooking, you gotta adjust, right? You can't just put it off. So worst case scenario, at least It might take longer, but I'm in the AC. And there's HungryHeath eating the first burger patty I was able to finish.
Way good.
Yeah? Let's see. Oh, it's almost gone, but
yeah. That's how good it is.
I put cheese on his, and it looks like your barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Then I got pickles and cherry tomatoes.
All right. Drink. When you drink it, a Zevia. Looks like the cream soda.
Creamy root beer.
Yeah, creamy root beer. That's it.
The best one they make.
It really? Let's see.
Now I gotta pay the tax.
It tastes so good after being outside in the heat. All right, y'all. So that is our burgers, meal prep for the week. The smash burger. Sorry I didn't get to show everything since, we had a little glitch or mishap. But I'm excited. These are going to be tasty at least.
These are really good.
Yeah.